May profits be upon you. It's RT Money here, representing LionsDenFX, and I want to share something with you. Let me take you to this page here. Let's see. How do I get there? How do I get there? All right. You see this? This is a strength meter, a currency strength meter. And I'm going to show you quickly how to use this thing to your best advantage. Okay. What you want to see is the USD is usually in the middle, usually around neutral. It says here minus 0.5. Sometimes it's 0. Sometimes it's minus plus 0.5. All right. This is usually, the mover. The USD is in the mover of everything, right? To the left are the stronger, the stronger currencies. To the right is the weaker ones. Okay. Real simple stuff. Okay. Why is that not disappearing? Okay. I don't like a whole lot of mess. All right. Your boy is losing it, man. Now, if I can get back to my pen, how can I get my pen here? I gotta learn how to use this thing. I'm gonna find this thing. All right, annotate. There you go. All right, I lost it. Okay. Now, what you want to do is you go to the weakest ones and match them up with the strongest ones. That's it. What pair should you be looking at next week? Well, you know, the Swiss is one of the strongest of the currencies, and you know that pound is the weakest. All right, look at the numbers. Very weak, very strong. All right, what pair should you be looking at? Pound Swiss. You should be looking to short pound Swiss. All right, now understand on this, with this strength meter, you can go long-term, medium term, or short term, right? I have it for the long term. So I'm looking at it for the week. I'm looking at it, looking for us to get paid to eat for the week, not just a day trade or two. Got it? So what pairs are you going to be looking at? What pairs, again, are you going to be looking at? I'll tell you. We're going to be looking at pound Swiss. All right. We're going to be looking at pound New Zealand dollar. All right. We're going to be looking at euro Swiss. We're going to be looking at euro New Zealand dollar. Easy enough? All right. Now, secondarily, you can look at the middle pairs like New Zealand dollar yen, right? Or Swiss yen. Okay. You know, that's what you're going to be looking at. So we're looking at pound Swiss, again, pound New Zealand, Swiss yen, euro Swiss, heck yeah, euro Swiss, and New Zealand yen, and euro New Zealand. Those are going to be the pairs that you should be looking at next week. Between these three and these two, you should be good to go, especially with Swiss, Swiss pairs and pound pairs. Okay, pound's going to be very weak next week. Okay, so let's break down. I got all this mess on my screen and I can't get rid of it. That is so ridiculous. Okay. All right. Now, so let's break down this thing. All right. We're going to first look at, let's go to the weekly. Okay. You know, I like to do top down. Why are you playing? Why are you playing like I don't? Okay. So let's get rid of that. All right. So what do we notice? All right. Matter of fact, let's go to the monthly. All right. What do we notice? Very bearish, right? Down, down, down. Okay, good. All right. We have this low point made. All right. We know that at the end of all these wicks is liquidity. All right. For people who are taking shorts and people who have pendings for longs, looking for breakout trades. Okay. Price will come up to those points to take that liquidity and go in the opposite direction. All right. We see that happen here. Price wick down instead of giving me a close below that low, indicating that it would continue bearishly. It wicked down just to grab the liquidity and then go back up. We're going to this consolidation. So now we need to take a look at this consolidation, right? We have short-term highs, short-term lows being broken, and the liquidity on those points being taken. So what are we really doing here? We are accumulating, or the market is accumulating orders, okay? And we're looking for where the breakout will be, all right? And it just so happens the breakout is up, and we are breaking short-term highs. Look at that. Look at that high, look at that high, look at this high. That's two short-term highs. What do I tell you? If there's two short-term highs broken, that usually means a return to impulse will happen. And that's what price is doing right now. Keep that in mind, right? Now, what did price do? After this high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, all right? This is our trading range between this lower high and this lower low. That is the trading range right now. And until price breaks that low, we don't know if price is going to continue bearishly or not. And if price breaks this high, we know that price has shifted from bearish to bullish momentum. All right. We are in the middle. Got it? So, but that's a lower high. Price did not make a higher high. It didn't break this. It didn't break that. It did not establish a higher high. It made a lower high. So what do we expect to come after a lower high? We expect a lower low to be made. So we understand that on the monthly, we are expecting price to go lower for that lower low. Got it? That's how you do it. All right. And that gives us the targets, the momentum, the bias for the lower time frames. Okay. Let's go to the weekly real quick. All right. On the weekly, what do we see? First question we ask, where is the last break of structure? The last break of structure is here. Look, price made that lower high. It's a 3-week order block, a 3-week order block up here. This is a 3-week supply. All right. And price is tapped into this supply a lot. Pop, 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 pop. Right. And look at the lows. Keep an eye on these lows, because once these lows are broken, like this one, this is a short-term low that was just broken. All right. Do we have any short-term lows? We got one here. We got one here. That's two short-term lows being broke. Return to impulse. All right. Comes back up into this supply, then makes a new low, breaking that low. And what do we expect? Price to return to impulse. It does come back again to impulse, and we see that it made we got this bearish engulfer. It made a bearish order block. All right. And what do we expect when price makes bearish order blocks in supply? We expect price to come back and test that base candle. All right. We're going to test this order block. It's going to mitigate the order block. And it did. All right. And we created another order block here. Look at that. And what do we expect? Price to mitigate that order block. And that's exactly what it did on the daily. The daily order block inside and dropped. All right. And what did we do? because it broke this low point and had more than a 2-candle pullback, this looks like a doggone breakout structure, and that means we're going to be returning to impulse. So we're looking for that lower high to be made so that we can continue down bearishly to make that lower low from the higher time frame. Got it? Look at the, let's take a look at the daily. And this is where we usually start. All right. Oops. So on the daily was the last break of structure. Obviously, we have this lowest one here, but you can see on this time frame, we have another one right above, but it's inconsequential because we already broke, you know, we don't need a market because we already broke it here. Okay. So we already have that. And we're looking for price to come back up here to this supply. All right. And I believe price, because it's already tested this daily supply, there's a good chance it'll probably come right back up to that one. Does it? Maybe it stops here. You know, at the midpoint here, maybe where I have this thing. That's, you know, it could. But what we look for is price to come back up into this area and test. All right. You can see that a transition took place here. All right. And we're going to be testing this right shoulder. Okay. And once, you know, we're not looking for price to actually transition here unless you're one of the guys that love to get sniper entries, and we go down to the lower time frames like the 1 hour, 15, and 1 minute for your entries for day trades. All right. That's my crew. All right. But if you're looking for a swing, this is where you're going to be looking for a price to come back and test that right shoulder. Got it? And it'll be easy. Just be patient and wait till it gets up here and you'll get your money. All right. Now, for the daring ones, look for price to transition here on the lower time frames, because this is where I'm going to be looking. I'm going to be looking for price to transition here from bearish momentum to bullish momentum. Why? Because this is an imbalance here. There's an imbalance here that I saw on the weekly, I believe it was. Yeah. Where price has moved inefficiently, leaving this imbalance. All right. Just buy power here. Just you know, buy orders here. Price will come back and rebalance that. Doesn't like that price, that inefficient move of price. It always comes back like you see here. It'll come back and rebalance it off. It will. All right, because actually this is how price mitigates out of, you know, if price will move, market makers will take a sell order to buy, right? But during this buying where they're going into profit, they're in drawdown on the sells. They have to come back and mitigate those orders to get out of those sells. Okay, at break even or better, or close to it. All right, and then continue whichever way it's going to go. All right, but they have to mitigate those orders anyway. The imbalance is usually covered, so that gives a price a reason to come down this way anyway. All right, but at these imbalances, you'll find oftentimes that price will reverse short term and then come back and hit it hard, like you see here. See, there's an imbalance here. All right, and if you go over to the left, you see price wicked away from it and then came back, took a little filled it in some, came back, and then completely knocked it out. Might do the same thing with this one. Come down, hit it once, and then come back through. You understand? All right. So this is BLPOI for day traders looking on the 1 hour and 15 minute and 5. You'll probably find a good buy, a good buy position here if you're patient and wait for a valid entry and take that up to our POI. Got it? I will see you in the next video. Please trade safely. Make sure you check out the Forex Weekly Outlook that I usually put out, the forecast that I usually put out. I have it on your screen now, and I will check you out in the next video.